Now, very interesting, we know that some lay eggs, some give birth to young ones. Now, the animals that lay eggs, they are called oviparous, and this phenomenon is called ovipary. That means they lay eggs, and the organisms or the animals which give birth to young ones, they are called viviparous, give birth to young ones. So, you can easily understand why they are viviparous. Can you collect the eggs of a dog or cat or cow? No, they are not laid, and they are very small in size, but you can collect eggs of other animals. Why you cannot collect? Because they are viviparous. If you look at a human child, even when the human child is just born, it is of course much smaller in size, but otherwise its all parts are just like an adult human being. On the contrary, if you look at a frog, does a frog come out of egg straight away? No. From the egg come out the tadpoles. The tadpoles look more like a fish rather than a frog. They have fins, they have an elongated body, they have gills. They also have a tail, unlike the adult frog where there is no tail, which moves with the help of limbs, there are no fins, and it can respire or it does respire with the help of lungs or skin. No role of gills. Now, this tadpole larva is totally different from that of adult frog. Similarly, if you take the case of a moth, the silkworm or the butterfly, from the egg what comes out? A worm like structure, the caterpillar. Does a caterpillar look like a butterfly? Not at all. It is something like this, and then it changes into a oval shaped structure, no movement, no eating, the pupa. This is the larva, and from this comes out the beautiful butterfly, the adult. In the case of frog, there are only two stages, or you can say three stages: eggs, tadpole and adult. In the case of butterfly, there are four stages: eggs, larva, pupa and adult. In case of cockroaches also, there are only three stages: eggs, nymph and adult. But the nymph is not very different from that of adult. It looks like adult, but there are no wings. So, it is an intermediary change or stage. So, what we find is that in the case of some animals, there are certain drastic changes that happen. The process by which various drastic changes take place, and as a result the larva or the in between stage changes into the adult is called metamorphosis. So, metamorphosis is the process during which a larva changes to an adult through drastic changes. Some people also like to say that metamorphosis is the sudden development, because the adult is totally different from that of larval stages. Same thing happens even in the human beings, that when children are small, they of course look like adult humans, but their mind is not so well developed. But when they have got themselves educated, their mind is developed, what we find is they become independent, they are able to take decisions, they are able to look after themselves, even their parents, and that is the metamorphosis that happens when they are able to live independently. But there the metamorphosis is more emotional rather than structural, but in other animals it is structural.